Good morning, campers. Okay, so this is a video that I hope is understandable, but I'm going to start introducing the project. But first, I need to give you an announcement from Mr. Hawkins, and I'm just going to read it to you. He is emphasizing that you need to take responsibility to get your work done and not rely on teachers to have to follow up repeatedly to get work in. So, guys, if you're not doing it, I guess I'm not going to hound you for it. So you kind of chose to do this, so you need to get your work done. I've got several students that haven't turned anything in, and you only have a certain amount of time per project to get it in, and once those grades are in, they're in. And those grades are going to determine whether or not you're going to get credit. So if you're repeatedly not turning it in, you get no grade. At the end of the semester, you get no credit. So get your stuff in. Okay, so I'm going to turn this camera around, and then I'm going to talk about, what I got here. So give me just a second, because I got to find the button. Hopefully I got it. I don't know what this button does. Oh no. Well, I'm on my phone. Y'all bear with me. Someone can email me or something. Well, it's not letting me do this, so I'm just going to turn it around this way. All right, y'all see that? What I've got here is a sample. I'm going to hold it really still of work that I'm starting to lay out. So I'm going to have you guys look at it really close, but particularly what I'm wanting you to see, very lightly down the middle and across the middle, I drew two very fine, very light lines. Do you see it? They're straight. I used my ruler for that. I set up kind of a grid on this paper. So this is where you're going to choose and select the largest sheet of paper that you've got in your sketchbook. I think this one is the 11 by 14. And you can do this vertically or horizontally. So you can turn your paper up and down, or you can turn it side to side. By putting the grid on it, I find that it helps very much on being able to get a symmetrical design going, because, we're dealing with symmetry, so it's got to be the same on both sides of that line of symmetry. And that's the one that goes up and down, and it splits your paper in half. So what I want you to do is to choose either a face drawing from your sketchbook or one of the quote-unquote monster faces from your sketchbook. And you want to draw one side out first, get it nice and clean the way you want it, and then you want to mirror it on the other side. In that, now you saw this business that I had going on there. And I know that mine's a little more complex. I kind of got my feels up in it, and I got a little bit of desert, but there is a face in there up top. And I'm just working that line of symmetry and flipping stuff back and forth. I'm playing, I'm doodling. A lot of patterning in this. And once you get your symmetrical design drawn, you are going to be inserting pattern in the background, in the foreground. And it'll need to be the same on both sides. So you can do polka dots, you can do stripes, you can do zigzags, you can do designs. I looked at some Chinese art to get some of my stuff, especially the waves. Well, actually, it's more Japanese. But I find that that's pretty good source of inspiration there. But pattern exists all around you. You can look at your clothing, you can look at different elements in your house. So if you get lost, what I'm telling my kiddos here in class is Google. Google is your friend. Put in pattern, find some patterns you like, and you want to replicate it on both sides of that line of symmetry after you've drawn that vase face in. Okay, and that again is one that is just a straight profile on the side of the face, or you can use one of the monster faces. I've had some kids that their monster face kind of look like a dragon, so they're looking at some medieval designs. Google is your friend. And, with the face, if you're doing a straight face, it just really depends on what you want to do. Pop art is a really good place to get some sources of inspiration. So what I want to do is post this, and then this afternoon at 3:15, I'm going to go live on the Google Meet. And I'm going to take today's attendance. For some of you that have not been coming to Google Meets, y'all need to log in so I can count you here, or you need to send me an email that explains why you're not, okay? I can't help you and repeatedly go email after email after email on instruction if you guys aren't making an effort to get here. So I want you to watch this video, go look at some patterning, and be ready to ask some questions this afternoon. Hopefully I can get my Google Meet to work the way it should. By Friday, this Friday, I am going to want to see your sketches done. And then I'm going to have you guys send them to me and give you some feedback on there, like where it needs to be cleaned up and all that. But basically I'm looking for a really good mirror image on either line of symmetry, and I'm looking for a complex design. I want to be able to see your side profile of your monster or vase face, and then I want to see the pattern. My suggestion is, while you're doing this, is to draw lightly, because when you erase on the surface of your paper, you disrupt the finish of it, and that is called a tooth. So whenever we get ready to start adding color next week, if you have roughed up the paper, the paper too much, that was awful, it's going to leave a bit of erased patterning, and it could change the way that your color is being laid down on one side to the other. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this is your intro. I'm going to let you guys look at this one more time. All right. Again, those lines that I drew down the middle and across, I put it in 4 quadrants. It's helping me. Can you see that? I think you can. It's helping me make sure that I keep my line of symmetry going, and that I'm getting a true reflection. So if you can make it easier on yourself, then do it. So use the guidelines. All right. I'll see you guys this afternoon. Be there, 3:15. Okay, have a good Monday.